Hello folks. Well, it's Monday night after the deer hunt and we're out here to skin and butcher deer tonight. And I gotta tell you, I even hesitated about making a video because, as you can see, this sure is the biggest deer in the world and it's the smallest deer I've shot in a long time. But it was legal and I did shoot it, so I want to be responsible and harvest it, and we'll get some meat out of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to skin the deer. And then we normally debone now. We don't butcher conventionally. We debone it out and we're left with what looks like a filleted deer carcass when we're finished. And what goes in the freezer is venison without all the bone and connective tissue. And tastes better, takes up less room in the freezer. We certainly enjoy it. Anyhow, I better get at this and get skinning. It's now 7 o'clock and I want to get Before we get started, I want to show you the knife I'm going to use to skin the deer. I've skinned a lot of deer and beaver and coyotes and other critters with it. It's a Russell. And in 1978, my wife, who was my girlfriend back then, bought me this knife for Christmas. And it's kind of a traditional thing. I always use this knife to skin our deer each year. Well, there we go. It's skinned. That was quite a chore actually, because it's almost frozen solid, not quite. Cold on the hands and hard to separate the hide from the meat when you're pulling on it and it's mostly frozen. Anyways, we're all done. Now it's time to start cutting it up and packaging it for the freezer. And every knife has a story. This knife belongs to my father and he got it many years ago. And if you can see right there in the blade, and I hope that's zooming in to where you can read it, it's a Solingen. From Solingen, Germany. It's a really good knife. Nice flexible blade. Holds an edge, works really well, and it's done a lot of butchering in our family. As you can see how much has been sharpened off the blade. So, we're going to cut the front shoulder off first. And we'll debone it. If I was a butcher right now, I'd be saying, yeah, we're separating the muscle group A from muscle group B, whatever that is. There we go. It's off. And that's what it looks like when it's gone. Now I'll cut it up. Actually, maybe I'll cut the other one off while I'm at it. And then we can... Here we go. Front shoulder 1, front shoulder 2. I don't know who's more excited about shooting this deer. Our dog or myself. Anyhow, so we got a front shoulder, so we're going to fillet out the front shoulder here. There we go. There's one shoulder deboned. Tiny little bit left on there. When I was a kid, my mother would have made soup out of it. Chloe thinks we should give it to her. What do you think, Chloe? Anyhow. That's a lot better than putting all that bone in the freezer, isn't it? And here's one of the nicest part of the deer, the back strap. And then inside, we've also got the tenderloin. Here's 2 lovely back straps, dear. My bride doesn't want to be in the videos. So now I'm going to just cut off. It's quite fat. I'm going to cut the fat off the back end and then we'll butterfly it. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go along and just trim this edge a little bit. Now, I get our knife down. It's just like skinning a fish fillet. If all goes well. Normally, you would go halfway through and then once. And then you fold it like that. So, fold it like that. How's that?
Sure. How much do a little bit of both?
There we go. How's that?
Okay,
Now, you want the other one cut up in some pieces to roast?
sure.
Put in the slow cooker?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
1, 2, 3, 4. How's that?
Yeah.
There, you can package that up, dear. Well, we've got the ribs done, the back straps done, the tenderloins out, the necks off, the front shoulders. All we've got left to do now are the 2 hams, and we call it a night. Well, folks, that's it. Time to call it a night. The doe we shot this year is all deboned. Not a lot of waste there, is there? This is the scrap bucket. It's got the ham bones in it, the front legs, and the scapula, and a few other assorted non-edible parts. And this is what we've got left to grind. So tomorrow night we'll add some pork to this and some spices and grind it all up and make our favorite venison sausage. Well, we hope you enjoyed tonight's video. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again and Out of the House with Paul. Come on, Paul. Let's head to the house.